So I've been doing some investing work, right? And I have a couple of restaurants I actually am investing in right now. I'm investing in Blue and Brands, BLMN, that's Outback Steakhouse and other restaurants, and Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Now, I'm not doing great on those. They're kind of doing okay, but again, we're just waiting for people to quit getting scared of the pandemic and saying, okay, vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. So people will actually go ahead and get back to restaurants. But well, some of these restaurants are doing really well. Is takeout's doing pretty good. Takeout is getting better than ever. I was just talking about Uber Eats and the fact they're now delivering alcohol. But the truth is, the deliveries itself for food are fantastic because I'll tell you, I have a lot of different food restaurants that are within a couple of miles on a major thoroughfare here, big 6-lane road, not far from my house. It's right next to my movie theater, which I'm waiting for to open in a couple of weeks, right? Well, the thing is, there's loads of restaurants, all chains, and they're all open for takeout, curbside delivery, all that good stuff. And Uber Eats gets a lot of these restaurants to go ahead and order. So they're actually saying that some of these chains are actually doing really well. They're actually recovering from the quarantine. What? Because some of these fast food chains have gotten smart enough. Listen, they couldn't afford to get cut on the food costs. Of course, they had to lose money on some of the staff, and furlough people, but they're finding ways to keep up. So the fact that they're not able to get the people in the restaurant to buy drinks and to go ahead and order food, they're finding to be able to be a takeout business. And takeout's getting really popular now, more than ever before. People are just not trying to go out to eat as much. It's, even when you have 50% capacity for seating capacity for some restaurants, it's just not enough. And wearing masks to go and walk in and out and having the whole feel of pandemic as you go into the restaurant. I know even for me, I went to a Flanagan's restaurant not too far from where I live. Great food. So for me to go there and go have my fun over there, it was great. Don't get me wrong. But the one thing was more than anything else is that I don't want to just keep doing the restaurant thing. Even I went to a burger place and it was great. Food's great. But again, you feel better about the food now because you're cooking from home or you're making stuff from home so much. You're not going out as much every day. So you're not as saturated and your palate is kind of dried up now. So all this food that's outside now tastes really good. I've realized that. I'm pretty sure all of you have felt the same way. And if you look at enough TikTok videos about cooking like I do, yeah, you start thinking anything tastes good now. Because if it's not frozen food, if it's not something else that's store bought, and you can go out and get it made for you and it's fresh and it's hot, yeah, it sounds better than anything else. So into the story, a Bank of America report suggests larger chains have already recovered their pre-pandemic sales, with smaller chains are lacking. So let's look at the winners. Now that looks like Chipotle to me, which I haven't been to in a while. But you know why? Because they're so damn busy. Let me tell you another thing. When I went out recently to go ahead and I'm going to adjust myself in the chair. When I went out to do some Uber Eats driving just this past weekend, Chipotle, I stopped to get an order from there. And it's all like in Panera Bread's the same way. You can get your orders already set up on a bookshelf. You grab it and go. Well, I can tell you, it was around 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday. The whole bookshelf was full. 8 orders ready to go. Uber Eats people grabbing them, or these other people are grabbing them and just mask in, get in, out, and done. And food's all set to go. And Chipotle's like bam, 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 bam. They're on it. So they're doing really good. So let's go into what's going on here. So big restaurant chains have largely recovered their pre-pandemic sales. Smaller chains are continuing to lag behind. The report measured year-over-year changes in sales on a 7-day average. And during the 7 days ending July 1st, spending at big chains was down 4%, and spending at other concepts were down 25%. Now, the gap between large chains and everyone else has narrowed from the old 30% range in mid-April to 20% more recently. So Bank of America noted that sales in recent weeks have seemed to stagnate after growing for the past 3 months. So it's a sign that increases in COVID-19 rates have weighed in on the industry in the south and west of the country. And the gap between big and small chains have increased recently as well. That the consumers are starting to shift spending again as the pandemic worsens. The biggest reason for the difference in performance between big and small is simple. The largest chains are far more likely to be fast food or other limited service concepts that have heavy concentrations of takeout through online ordering or drive-through, which is the one thing was, in 2019, you started seeing everybody adding online ordering. Everybody, because the restaurants were already looking for more people to go ahead And just, if you're not going to come to the restaurant, then we'll bring it to you. We'll get it delivered to you. We get one of these services to do it. 2018, 2019, we're seeing Postmates and Grubhub and delivery dudes and all these other places, and Uber Eats. They're all doing the work of doing the delivery service for food and cutting the cost for some of these restaurants so they don't have to do delivery themselves. They can still get people to come out, which is the best part. So they were already ready. They never knew the pandemic was going to make this such a windfall for them to do online ordering and delivery or curbside and all this other stuff. Everybody just quickly caught on. So the drive-thru chain were the biggest factors determining a chain's performance. Concepts like McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's and others have largely recovered as customers just went to the drive-thrus. So they were just able to keep people going, and they figured out a way. Chipotle has used its delivery and takeout to generate sales, and Starbucks now wants to build more drive-thru locations. So no more standing stores. They want to do more drive-thru. That's interesting. Shift away from shopping centers and malls that don't have drive-thru windows. They have quite a few that are drive-thrus, and they do really well. And they're really busy. I know of a few of them that have passed through that do just fine. Dunkin' Donuts, the same thing. They just do really well. So now smaller restaurants and independents are likely to be full service, likely to have the healthy rate of takeout that chains like Olive Garden and Chili's have used to great effect during the pandemic. So McDonald's same store sales declined 5% in May. The bulk of that came during breakfast, which Shake Shack does not have. But Shake Shack sales declined May and June 42%. But here's the thing. Breakfast, people are not buying so much. You can see that the times that people are buying food are more towards 10, 11 o'clock in the morning all the way to the nighttime. And that's what it's coming down to. But when I do weekends, there are some people that are ordering from chains, but then also people are sampling other restaurants. I get a lot of Hispanic food where I'm here in the neighborhood, but I've gotten every kind of ethnic food you can think of. I've gotten Asian, Indian, I've done Italian, and I've done every different kind of Spanish food you can think of. I've delivered all that so far. It's a real hodgepodge, and it's great. And, the one thing you just say one thing more than anything else is that the delivery, you're also seeing certain restaurants that have gotten really good, and they already had the marketing, already had everything set to go to have nice bags and better ways to go and keep the food hot and easy to deliver for the drivers to get it to your home. So they can also have it ready to go when the drivers now are not coming up to the door and giving it to the customer. We're dropping it off at the porch or something right next to the front door. And if you're doing it like I do, just like an Amazon driver, I'll knock on the door, hit the doorbell, leave it there, take a picture, out. And I'm telling you, man, people are happy about it. I also got to get my hot bag from DoorDash because I tried that for a little bit, and DoorDash was just like you couldn't get a whole lot of deliveries. Uber Eats is king right now. And Chipotle is doing really well. Outback's doing really well. All the restaurants are doing really good. And I think even if they get the 50% capacity in every restaurant around the country, they're going to start getting better. I mean, the alcohol sales are going to get hurt, but food sales are doing really well. I mean, because people are buying quite a bit. Again, you can't help people, man. A lot of people that are heavy like me, they're going to want to get fed. They're going to want to go out for food. Because also, remember, you have a lot of people that still don't like cooking in the house, or they don't cook much at all. So they'll take the risk of going ahead and buying and ordering. And let me tell you, when it comes to the best apps and the best things that I've used so far, like ordering from Arby's or ordering from McDonald's or whatever, it's fine. I still say something to be said about Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A's done such a good job of setting up their drive-thru to be much more, cognizant of what's going on when you go in. But the app is fantastic. I haven't done delivery yet. They finally have it in my neighborhood, but delivery stops too early in the nighttime. It stops at 7 o'clock, and even before 7, if I don't get an order in by like 6:30, there's no chance. But I'll go ahead and buy curbside, and I'm going to tell you, curbside from them is perfect. It's almost on time, click, perfect. It's great. And most of the others are good, but again, I can't also put my phone with a whole lot of apps. I'm not going to do that either. But a lot of curbside's doing well. A lot of good restaurants. A lot of pizza on Uber as well. A lot of fire roasted pizza. People are really liking that. And that's where it goes down to. So restaurants are going to do good. I got a couple of restaurants in investment. I'm going to hold on to them, and I'm going to hope for the best. So again, when I'm not podcasting. Thanks for listening in. Thanks for watching. Remember to go and subscribe, share, and like. And also listen to podcasts, share it with everybody else, rate and review it. I'll talk to you next time.